Everyone laughed at her torn shoes at the interview, until the CEO chose her among 33 candidates left. What happened next will make you believe in miracles. Maya stood outside the tall glass building, her palms sweaty, her stomach tight with both fear and hunger. The reflection in the glass doors showed a young woman with a neat blouse, faded skirt, and shoes that had long given up on dignity. The leather at the front was ripped, the sole coming off slightly at the side. She had tried to glue them back together the night before, but the city's rain had undone her efforts. She wanted to look away from her own reflection, but she couldn't. She whispered under her breath, just let me get through this interview. Please. Inside, the lobby buzzed with polished confidence. 33 other candidates were already there, men and women in expensive suits, women in high heels clicking smartly against the floor, men with shiny shoes and expensive watches. They glanced at her once, twice, and then the whispers began. A few smiled politely but others chuckled, pointing at her shoes. Did she come here walking through a dump? One man muttered, loud enough for everyone to hear. Maya's face burned, but she kept her eyes forward. She remembered her mother's voice from the night before, soft and encouraging despite the tears in her eyes. You don't need perfect shoes to show your worth, Maya. Just let them see your heart. That's enough. But in that moment, surrounded by laughter, Maya felt her confidence crumble. The receptionist, trying not to smile, directed her to sit in the far corner. She sat, clutching her small folder with her resume, though she already knew it was plain compared to the others. No glowing internships, no foreign degrees, no impressive references. Just a story of survival, jobs as a cashier, a part-time tutor, even nights cleaning offices, anything to support her younger brother after their father passed away. The first round of interviews began, and candidates were called in groups. One by one, they came out boasting, some shaking their heads, others muttering how tough the panel was. When Maya's name was called, the room seemed to hold its breath. A man in a navy blue suit whispered, "This will be fun. Let's see how far those shoes take her." The laughter followed her as she walked in. Inside the interview room, a long table stretched across the floor. 5 senior managers sat there, but at the center was a man who immediately commanded attention, the CEO himself. Mr. Arman Malik. Tall, sharp-featured, but with eyes that carried both power and weariness. Maya bowed slightly, her hands trembling as she offered her file. One manager raised an eyebrow. "Your resume is unconventional, Miss Maya. No elite schools, no major corporate experience. Why do you think you belong here?" Maya opened her mouth, but words stuck. She felt their eyes on her shoes, their silent judgment. And then, instead of defending herself with achievements she didn't have, she told the truth. "Because I know what it means to work when everyone believes you can't," she said softly. Her voice wavered but grew steadier. "I've had to learn quickly. Not just to survive, but to give my younger brother a chance at education I never had. I don't have luxury on my resume, but I have persistence, honesty, and the strength to keep moving even when life mocks me, just like some people did outside this room." The managers shifted uncomfortably. But Arman, the CEO, leaned forward, his eyes fixed on her. "You heard them laughing?" "Yes," Maya admitted, her throat tight. "And it hurt. But if I had walked out because of that, I'd still be poor and hopeless. I'm here because I can't let shame decide my future." The room went silent. One manager frowned. "That's touching, but we need skills, not just sob stories." Arman raised his hand, silencing them. He slid a document across the table. "This is a real case study we give our consultants. Solve it." Maya scanned the pages. It was filled with numbers, market projections, strategies, things she had never formally studied. Her chest tightened, panic rising. But then she remembered the small grocery store she used to help manage, the way she'd balanced every rupee to keep it alive. She looked at the problem not as a textbook but as survival. Slowly, she explained her reasoning, breaking it into simple, practical steps. When she finished, one manager chuckled. "That's surprisingly accurate." Another reluctantly nodded. "It's unconventional, but it works." Armin smiled faintly. "Sometimes life teaches sharper lessons than any university can." "Thank you, Miss Maya. That will be all." She left the room convinced she had failed. The laughter outside returned when they saw her expression, but she ignored them and sat quietly, praying. Hours later, the results were announced. The HR manager stepped forward, holding the final sheet. After careful consideration, the candidate selected is, he paused, letting the tension rise. Maya Khan. The room erupted in gasps. The man in the navy suit dropped his file in shock. "Her," someone shouted. Maya froze, unable to process it. She looked at the HR manager, then at Armin, who had stepped into the room. He walked toward her, his voice calm but firm. "Yes. Maya is chosen. Out of 33 candidates, she is the one who showed me what true resilience looks like. Shoes can be bought. Suits can be tailored. But courage and honesty? Those cannot be taught." The laughter that had